All right, guys, welcome in MTG Game State. We're here. It is Pro Tour Day 1 follow-up coverage leading into my weekend of co-streaming the event. We have a lot to talk about. We're just going to get into it in the segment. Let's get it right and get it tight, okay? All right, guys. What up, Pop Dumps? We're getting into the MTG Game State segment. On record, off record, low key, we reset the segment on the live, but going into this, we're getting into day 1 post coverage of Modern Horizons 3, leading into co-streaming the next 2 days this weekend. Guys, I have to be honest with you, it's pretty intense. I was watching earlier today, day 1, leading into the end of its like 2-hour stream, or 10-hour stream, I apologize. Bant Nadu. Bant is 3 colors: blue, green, white. That's the color. That's what they represent. Is making a big deal, making a big splash. We already knew that going into Pro Tour Modern Horizons 3. Commentators and everyone across the whole space was kind of already seeing Nadu, this card right here. 3-drop flying being an issue. 3-drop flying. Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, reveal the top card of your library. If the land, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. This ability triggers twice each turn. Almost like a Thrasios deck card that's a 3-drop and has flying and is a 3/4 hitter, okay? So it is a body as well as its ability. And people are just popping off with this. It's really nasty, and it's made this one artifact card, Shuko, just skyrocket, okay? And I'm already saying too much. And actually, one of the people in this Pro Tour, at least day 1, there's a person, they've gone the whole day, all 8 rounds. All 8 rounds, I apologize. They won the whole game, okay? Sorry, we're here live just doing coverage off our heads. This is how you do it, guys. So day 1 results at the end of all 8 rounds coming in at the top with the most points. Jacob Nagro. Apologize, their name escaped me throughout the beginning of this, but we recovered and bounced back. Jacob Nagro just came out with their Bant Nadu deck, 24 points on this, and they won all 8 rounds of the day of the Modern Tournament. Earlier in the day, there's a draft of Modern Horizons 3, but we're just getting into the Modern Tournament because it made incredible waves. I was watching it, there was a French gentleman, I believe he might be on here. Jean-Emmanuel Depraz was also making big waves, in my opinion. Javier Dominguez was also insane. These are at least some of the top 3 names I was following within this. Jim Davis, Twitch streamer, shout out Jim Davis. They are also in this tournament, but we could check and see where their standings are at the end of the day. Coming in with 12 points. But man, he's a real good commentator and just knowledge head of Magic. He has articles, I believe, on Channel Fireball. Don't quote me on that, or Star City Games, one of the two. I don't want to say where he's writing the articles. Just look up Jim Davis, follow him wherever he's posting. The man's a genius, and he's been playing this game for a very long time. I've been following him on Twitch, and I think he's a real interesting guy. So, a little shout out there. Moving into the rest of Pro Tour. It was a pretty crazy day. Nagro flies undefeated in Amsterdam. After the first day of Pro Tour Modern Horizons 3, just one player remained undefeated. And then the next 2 days, we'll see if he can keep it up. But I think he's got the guts. But now all the players in the game kind of know what they're going up against. We'll see what sideboards kind of get changed in, what strategies kind of get approached. There's like almost 200 people in this Pro Tour, okay, guys? There's a lot. This guy had to fight a lot of people just to even get to here. 8 rounds, okay? Now, I wanted to get into just the post-show of the 11-hour stream, okay, guys, of the Pro Tour. So we're gonna get into that. Just from the mouths of the pros themselves, we're gonna get into that. So.
For those numbers tomorrow, Frank. The beads of sweat are beginning. Let's take a look at our leaderboard here after 8 rounds of competition as we close out day number 1. One player left undefeated. That is none other than Jacob Nagro with the bird itself. But check this out. I want you to keep looking at the top of the leaderboard. The names we have there after day 1 are absolutely unbelievable. Eli Cassis currently sitting at 7-1. That's your Neon Dynasty champion back in 2022. Jean-Emmanuel Duprat, that's your reigning world champion, sitting at
Jean-Emmanuel Duprat is reigning world champ, but he had a real interesting deck. I was
sitting at
following.
7-1.
Brian Boss, okay.
Your world champion back in 2018.
Javier was a monster, dude. He put in a crazy match against Jean-Emmanuel.
Right now, sitting at 7-1. So incredible to see so many incredible players at the top of our standings here as we wind down day number 1 of action. Well, we've been talking about Bant Nadu all weekend long, and it's time to name our card of the day. I wonder what it is, Frank.
It's Nadu. It's Nadu.
This is what the whole, I'd say the whole theme of Pro Tour Modern Horizons 3 is, and even in general, just the biggest shakeup in Modern in a very long time.
We saw basically infinite Nadu triggers on camera today, and indeed, Jacob Nagro, our 8-0 player, is playing the card. Undeniably, Nadu is simply our new bird overlord in Modern. I'll have some early win rates tomorrow. I fear they're going to be high.
Oh no.
But I will also look at which decks might actually be beating Nadu.
Yeah.
Hopefully there are some, and if there are, the Pro Tour will show them off.
All right, so whether or not you welcome our new bird overlord, we'll find out tomorrow what might be able to beat it, or if maybe nothing can. Ailey, what about our player of the day? Who have you chosen?
Our player of the day has got to be our lone undefeated player, 8-0, Jacob Nagro.
That's pretty insane, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not even just like gassing the man up. That's pretty intense because this is a long fucking day.
3-0 against the mirror, so certainly
like it's not like sports, you know, where you're exerting like physical energy. You're exerting a lot of mental energy, and that can be very stressful.
Awesome. Let's hear from him right now.
Playing 60-card Magic just all day for even a pro level.
Undefeated.
From the man himself. Let's go.
How's that feeling?
It feels really good. I don't want to like count my chickens before they hatch though. I need a couple. I know a top 8 would be great, but really if I end up with 10 or more wins tomorrow, I think, you know, even though I'm sure I'll be disappointed, I'll still be very happy the next day. So, but I just, you know, I want to make sure I get at least 10 wins. So it's really on my mind.
Like most people say, one match at a time, one game at a time. You are the only undefeated player this weekend. That must just feel so great, and a pretty tough matchup there at the end as well. But
60-card Magic's different than the Magic you've seen me play, guys. It's pretty intense.
To be honest, I think my worst matchup is the Nadu Mirror. I think the deck's really broken, but fortunately I'm 3-0 in the Mirror today, so pretty happy about that.
What do you think is the main difference between your build and other Naughty decks?
Oh, they're all very similar. I almost registered 2 Dismember main. I have 1 Dismember main, which is probably the best thing I could have done. I wish I had 2 in retrospect. But
Dismember is also a card that I was seeing coming through.
Match, so that was nice. But for the most part, all of my opponents have had very similar lists to mine.
Best of luck tomorrow. I hope that you can nab those 4 other wins and lock up your top 8.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Jacob Nagro, our player of the day. But what about our match of the day? For that, we're going back to our limited rounds, Frank.
Yes,
oh, wow. I wanted to see what draft was going down, so we're just going to take a minute within the segment. Just catch the end of this, guys. And we'll move on to our top 3 of the week.
Surprisingly, this was a blue-black mirror to decide who would go 3-0 in the feature pod. Now,
but we draft Modern Horizons 3, so I want to see what's being played.
After a game that was true trench warfare with a lot of card draw, libraries got depleted, and then Tom White cast Deep Analysis targeting his opponent, which decked him out using the card in an unexpected way. What a win for Tom, and an incredible match to watch for sure.
Yeah,
nice. Decking out your opponent in draft is kind of a baller move.
Go back on the VODs and check it out. The limited rounds were awesome all around, by the way. All right, everyone, come back tomorrow. We want to see you here again because this was just day 1 of competition. Day 2, rounds 9 through 16, starting at 5 a.m. Eastern time. You early birds. Ooh, I said the word again. Uh-oh.
All right, guys. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'll be co-streaming it bright and early, so after the stream, we're going straight to bed, okay? We'll edit the VOD, upload the episode. So upload right as I'm live so we can watch back coverage of day 1 and remember, wow, that was crazy. That was crazy. So I think on top of the week, here we go, getting at it. Card number 1, as well as it should be number 1, is Nadu Winged Wisdom. Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes target of a spell or ability, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. Again, that Horiozons Triton hero ability. This triggers twice each turn though. Very limited, but still kind of broken. And it's been causing infinite combos, and a way you could do that is with a card called Shuko, which we will, spoiler alert, we'll be getting into. Market price $6, average listings $10. I think after this week and weekend, this card is gonna shoot up to at least $20. I don't think it's gonna be like a 50 or anything like insane. It's not gonna be 100. It's a rare, but it still should command a high price. And I think getting to it now after the end of Pro Tour is good. But I think the pieces that this enables are gonna be more important than just the card itself. But let's say average round up to a $10 card. It's still a lot to buy for 4. It's $40, so there you go. Now, card number 2, we did talk about this before, and we have talked about it multiple times. It's actually a favorite. It's Stoneforge Mystic. Card recently got unbanned in Modern. Pretty surprising. Artifacts have made a more wider splash than where they used to be. But this card was doing nuts things back in its day. It's historically been at like $70, $80, and I think it got banned maybe pre-2019? So I just have to say it got banned in maybe 2015, 16, so it's a $40 card. Right here is probably when it got banned, and then people have been like trying to pump it back to life ever since, and then boom, gets unbanned close to 2019, 2020, which is pretty historic. And just now, it's a big player within certain Nadu decks, because it's gonna help you get to your, spoiler alert, your Shuko, okay? So market price $18, average $20. Again, this is like another in a range where I'm gonna see Nadu probably trending to a Stoneforge Mystic price. Enters the battlefield, search your library for equipment, reveal it, put it into your hand. Strong ETB effect. It's not tapping for that. It's just going right in, and you can blink that. 2, tap, put an equipment from your hand onto the battlefield. If you have it haste enabled, that's a threat, you guys, okay? So, card Kim, we see even listed at 22 bucks. In foil, $70, $69, nice. But it's probably average around $15, $20 card. Now, moving on to card number 3, another favorite of mine in Commander, Chatterfang. Squirrel General. Now, we're seeing this being used in the Emery Urza decks. I will say off the top of my head, don't really know its function. I just saw that's in the list a lot, and I saw it used on camera, and I was like, holy shit, I love this card. Forest Walk, this creature can't be blocked as long as the defending player controls a forest. It's already great for going up against a Nadu deck or any type of Bant deck in this tournament, because you have a straight 3/3 coming at you unblockable. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus that many 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens are created instead. So it's kind of doubling up in a way into a different type of token. So if you get a clue token, you're getting a squirrel token with it, okay? You pay black, sack X squirrels, target creature gets plus X, minus X until end of turn. You could potentially use this to kill a creature too of an enemy if they have like indestructible or something. Get rid of it by giving them minus X. Pretty insane, pretty intense is what it is, folks. We're seeing market listing at $10. Average people are buying at is 9. And it's kind of been a flatline ever since it's come out. I don't think the Pro Tour is going to affect it into a $20 card compared to the other cards we just talked about. That is what it is. Getting into the end of the segment, last but not least, Shuko. As our honorable mention, this is the card that made everybody money this year. This is how everyone will be spending their retirement, how they'll be paying for their mortgages, paying for their kids' college funds, paying off that debt that the wife stole in the litigation. Who knows? Who knows what I'm even saying, okay, you guys? But this is the card. We're seeing market listing at $28. Average people who are buying it at $32. average listing of $32, market buying at 28. Pretty intense, pretty insane. 1-drop artifact. And it has a 0 equip, and all it does is just +1. And the reason why it's a big deal is because, again, if a creature targeted by Nadu would happen, you get that land ramp bullshit. This is a free 0 equip, and that you could pretty much do 2 times a turn and just keep going hard. But there is something else where Nadu is going infinite with. We will follow that up. Guys, this has been MTG Game State. We're going to have an early release on this for Code Tour Day 2 follow-up. This will be uploaded on Smokepacks YouTube so you can see what's been going on leading into my 4 a.m. coverage of this event, Central Standard Time. So I will be co-streaming on the Smokepacks Switch. That's that.